Welcome back to Science to Sleep By. Wherever you are listening from, whether it's a quiet apartment or a long stretch of highway under an open sky, tonight we are going to drift far beyond all of that. Tonight we are going to leave Earth. We are going to move past the moon, past Mars, past the edges of our solar system, and even beyond our galaxy into a place so distant, so enormous that it challenges everything we thought we knew about the universe. Because recently, astronomers found something that doesn't quite make sense. A galaxy so massive, so impossibly large that, according to our current understanding of physics, it should not exist. And yet it does. So let your mind slow down, let your breathing settle, and as world around you fades into background, so we begin. To understand why this discovery is so unsettling, we first need to appreciate the scale of what we are dealing with. Galaxies themselves are already among the largest structures in the universe. Our home galaxy, the Milky Way, contains hundreds of billions of stars stretching across vast distances that light itself takes over 100,000 years to cross. And yet, in the grand cosmic landscape, the Milky Way is not particularly unusual. There are galaxies far larger, far brighter, and far more massive scattered across the observable universe. Astronomers have long believed that galaxies grow over time. In the early universe, shortly after the Big Bang, matter began clumping together under gravity, forming the first star and small galaxies. These early galaxies were not giants, they were relatively small, chaotic collections of gases and stars. Over billions of years, they merged with one another, gradually building larger and more structured systems. This process, known as hierarchical formation, is a cornerstone of modern cosmology. But this new galaxy doesn't seem to follow those rules. It appeared to have formed far too quickly, reaching a mass that should have taken billions more years to accumulate. It's like finding a fully grown skyscraper in the middle of a desert where construction only began yesterday. Something about it feels out of place. And as scientists peer deeper into the cosmos, using powerful telescopes that can look back in time, they are beginning to realize something unsettling. This might not be only anomaly. The discovery itself began quietly, as many scientific revolutions do. A faint signal, a subtle distortion of light, something that doesn't quite match expectations. Using next generation space telescopes, astronomers were surveying distant regions of the universe, capturing light that had traveled for over 10 billion years to reach us. What they found was astonishing. A galaxy of extraordinary mass existing at a time when the universe was still young. Based on current models, there simply had not been enough time for such a massive structure to form. The stars within it were already mature, indicating rapid formations and evolution on a time scales that defies conventional understanding. Even more intriguing was its structure. Instead of chaotic, irregular shape typical of early galaxies, this one appeared surprisingly organized, almost as if it had skipped the messy stages of development entirely. For astronomers, this raises of profound questions. Did our model of galaxy formation miss something fundamental, or is there an entirely new mechanism at play, one we have yet to understand? As the data continues to be analyzed, one thing is clear: this galaxy is not just an outliner, it's a challenge. When scientists say something breaks physics, they don't mean that the law of nature have stopped working. Instead, they mean that our current theories, the frameworks we use to explain the universe, are no longer sufficient. In this case, the issue lies in how quickly matter can gather and form stars. According to understand cosmological models, there are limits to how fast gas can collapse under gravity, how efficiently stars can form, and how rapidly galaxies can grow. These limits are based on well tested physics, including the behavior of dark matter, radiation, and the expansion of the universe itself. But this galaxy seems to exceed those limits. It's too big, too early, and too developed. Some researchers have proposed that there may have been regions of the early universe where conditions were unusually favorable for rapid growth, dense pockets of matter where galaxies could form more quickly than expected. Authors suggested that our understanding of dark matter is invisible substances that make up most of the universe's mass may be incomplete. And then there are more radical possibilities. What if the laws themselves need revision? Dark matter play a crucial role in the shaping of universe. Though we can't see it directly, we know it's there because of its gravitational effect. It acts like a cosmic scaffold pulling ordinary matter into place and helping galaxies form. In the early universe, dark matter would have created dense regions where gas could accumulate, eventually forming stars and galaxies. But even with this existence, there are limits to how fast things can happen. This is where the mystery depends. If this galaxy formed within an unusual dense dark matter halo, it might explain part of its rapid growth. But even the most extreme models struggle to count for its size and maturity. It's as if the underlying structure of the universe gave the galaxy a head start or perhaps an entirely different set of rules. Some scientists are now exploring alternative theories of dark matter, ideas that go beyond the standard model. Could dark matter interact in ways we don't yet understand? Could there be different types of dark matter, each behaving differently under certain conditions? These questions remain open, and as you drift deeper into thought, it's worth remembering most of the universe is still unknown. One of the most fascinating aspects of astronomy is that when we look into space, we are also looking back in time. The light from distant galaxies takes billions of years to reach us, meaning we see them as they were long ago. This galaxy is a glimpse into universe's past, a past that now seems more complex than we imagined. If massive galaxies existed earlier than expected, it suggests that the timeline of cosmic evolution may need to be rewritten. Perhaps stars form more quickly in the early universe, perhaps galaxies merge more efficiently, or perhaps something entirely unexpected was at play, something we have yet to discover. Each new observation adds another piece to the puzzle, and sometimes it reveals that the puzzle itself is far larger than we thought. It might seem distant, abstract, even irrelevant to everyday life, but discoveries like this reshape our understanding of reality. They remind us that science is not a finished story, it's an ongoing journey, a process of questioning, testing, and revision. Every time we think we have figured things out, the universe surprises us, and there's something comforting in that, the idea that there are still mysteries left to explore, still questions waiting to be answered, still vast regions of cosmos that remain untouched by human understanding. As you listen, as your thought begin to slow, imagine that galaxy suspended in the darkness, ancient light traveling across unimaginable distances, finally reaching us. A silent message from a long time before Earth even existed. And even as scientists continues to study this extraordinary galaxy, running simulations, comparing data and refining their theories, there is a quiet understanding that some mysteries are not solved at all once. Instead, they unfold slowly, like the universe itself. Each new observation adds a layer of depth, a subtle shift in perspective, as if we are gradually learning to see the cosmos with clearer eyes. This galaxy, so massive, so unexpectedly mature, becomes more than just an anomaly. It becomes a reminder of how much remains hidden beyond the edges of our knowledge. Because even with our most advanced telescopes, even with decades of research and equations that describe the behavior of space and time with astonishing precision, we are still only observing a small fraction of what exists. There are regions of universe we can't yet see, forces we don't yet understand, and patterns we have not yet recognized. And perhaps somewhere out there are many more galaxies like this one, quietly existing, defying expectations, waiting to be discovered. It's humbling thought, not unsettling but expensive. The idea that reality is far richer and more complex than our current models suggest. And as you imagine that distant galaxy suspended in the deep darkness of space, you might picture its stars glowing softly, their light stretching across billions of years, carrying with it a story we are only just beginning to interpret, a story written not in words but in gravity, motion, and time itself. And maybe in a way that words make the universe so calming to think about it. It doesn't demand immediate answers, it doesn't rush, it completely exists, unfolding at its own pace, inviting us to observe, to wonder, and to accept that not everything needs to be fully understood all at once. So, as your thoughts begin to slow and the details of galaxies and physics gently blur into something softer, so can let go of the need to figure it all out. The universe will continue its quiet expansion, galaxies will continue to form and evolve, and somewhere far beyond our reach, that massive, impossible galaxy will remain exactly as it is, vast, silent, and perfectly at ease in its own mystery. And in that stillness, there is something deeply restful. In the end, this discovery is not just about one galaxy, it's about the limits of knowledge, it's about the realization that no matter how much we learn, there will always be more to discover. The universe is not obligated to follow our expectations. It simply is vast, complex, and endlessly fascinating, and perhaps that's the most beautiful part because it means that no matter how far we go, how much we understand, the sense of wonder never truly fades. There will always be there out there waiting. And now, as your mind drifts gently between thoughts, lets the vastness of universe fade into a quiet calm. The galaxies, the stars, the mysteries, they will still be there in the morning. For now, you can rest, slow your breathing, relax your body, and let yourself drift into sleep. Good night.